you, Kathy Campbell?
I'm good, Alex Cox. I'm glad we are recording this today, Tuesday, November 6, 2018, to distract me from the election.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yes, definitely. Yep.
Everything's fine. No constitutional crisis. The
Nope.
Republic isn't crumbling.
No. Definitely not.
Do you remember that, like, the fucking needle thing that the New York Times did in 2016?
Vaguely. What I mainly remember from 2016 was the fact that I was in London. And so I woke up to the announcement because of the time difference. And we ended up going to the Tower of London that day. Which was kind of great. So, but I vaguely remember like that big where it just kind of felt like it was jumping back and forth, and it really didn't. And yeah, it's very sad.
While you were in London and at the Tower of London, what did you... I mean, I can't even put myself in that mindset, because when I was in 2016, I was literally I was face up, but you can actually tell my status basically by how I present myself in the office. For example, November 2016, just laying down on the floor in a room, in a small room, and then Kavanaugh, or rather the inauguration day, just sitting on a couch all day. Kavanaugh's confirmation, face down on the floor of the studio next to a couch.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was kind of like the entire office, everybody just wanted to be face down on a flat surface, which we'll see if I'm face up or face down on a flat surface tonight. Who knows? Maybe I'll sit up.
Who knows?
People will prop me. I can be propped up and then just maybe we can do a weekend at Bernie's thing.
Well, there you go.
All my coworkers will be... That's not true. We'll all be comatose.
Right. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of wishful thinking that you all wouldn't just be kind of like...
Yeah. I'm curious, though, because when you feel despair, you don't really... Do you feel like you have to hold it together because you work at home? So I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think. Basically, I'm thinking, what does Kathy do when there's like school shootings? And what does Kathy do when the Republic is crumbling? Because I just shut down.
Well, a very good example of that is what I've kind of done today, which is play a lot of Sims. So I have not been very productive, and yet I'm still getting stuff checked off on my list. But yeah, I'm living in a world where someone has a job and a house and really cute animals, and the animals have puppies, and they go off to happy homes. And I can put cheats in so that nobody dies, and kind of live in imaginary world for a little bit.
That's actually a wonderful form of self-care.
Yeah.
There was a Reply All episode. Oh, God, now I'm doing the podcast bingo card. Have you seen that going around?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I
boy.
have.
Have you heard Reply All? Well, anyway, have you heard the Reply All where the granddaughter, actually, it was kind of shitty because they didn't steal this from The Nod, but they took it from The Nod, which is a great show all about Black culture, and it's about a young woman who when she was a girl, her grandmother died, so she created her grandmother in The Sims so that she could always hang out with her. And then, spoilers, she turns on aging and then watches as her grandmother dies, and so that she can like grieve properly.
Oh, wow.
Wow, how did I make this sad? Well, it was, she also did self-care, but in a sadder
You know what?
way.
Whatever your self-care is
Oh, boy.
good.
How was your day, Campbell?
Great. I played a lot of Sims. I mean, no, just kidding. I have been very productive. Although I did publish my sales page for my book.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
With a video on it.
Thing.
I put a video up too.
There's a video?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You tweeted about this, but I missed it.
Yes.
Okay. What's the website?
theunicornsidekick.com/how to train your unicorn with dashes in between those words. I should put a redirect.
I was going to say,
Links in the show notes. Links in the show notes. That's where the link will be.
Pretend that I'm typing all of it now. There we go. Yep. That was easy to type. Actually, it auto-filled because I remember I've already purchased this book. You have already purchased and read part of it. Yeah, and then I bought it, and then it's like, purchase cannot be complete. So you took my money, and then I didn't get a book for, 7 whole minutes while you figured it out.
Yeah,
7 minutes.
Terrible sales option. However, that's all fixed now.
Ugh, the customer service over there just... Wow.
Way to really get people to want to buy my book, Alex.
Oh my God, it's so good, and I haven't read it all because there's this thing where whenever I start reading books like this and books about like self-employment, I get really excited and then also really terrified because
yeah,
like people are like, it's inevitable that eventually you won't have a job, and I'm like, one, don't say it like that. It's inevitable you won't have a job, which I agree, but that doesn't mean that two, oh yeah, you're definitely gonna go out and do things on your own, right? And I'm like, no, I like the security of a job, and you are the amazing unicorn who has a book and a business and can play Sims instead of thinking about existential terror.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Instead, I get existential terror every day thinking about, paying bills and housing.
Oh, God.
And all that fun stuff. But that's a whole other conversation.
This is, I think we should have another episode because John Siracusa, as he does, really nailed the money thing home for me when he said, because he grew up similar to me, and that he never wanted. It's not that he had like a yacht, but he never wanted for anything. There was no "will we eat dinner tonight?" that type of thing. Yeah. And he said something to the effect of, because I grew up like that, I am terrified that I won't be able to live like that again. My kids won't be able to live like that. So I'm never going to want to leave a job because I will never have enough money. There will always be a need for more money. unless I win the lottery or something. And I just realized, oh God, yeah, that's me. Like there will always be, I don't know, maybe it will change if I decide not to have kids, but now it's
Well, not necessarily though, because there's definitely like, it's hard work to work for yourself. Like, regardless of what you do and owning your own business or freelancing or contracting or whatever you end up doing, it's hard. Like, plain and simple. And there are definitely days where I'm like, maybe I'll get a jobby job. And then, like, when I'm done with work for the day, I'm done with work. And then we have days where, like, I have to take my daughter to play practice or have to take her to dance class and then play practice, or have to take the cat to the vet because he's an idiot. Like,
oh, poor cat.
There's a variety of different things, not least of all where I'm like, oh, hey, Ryan is having a really bad day. I should feed him and lay in bed with him and rub his back, and just all of these things in place that, like, now is not that time. Maybe in the future I'll decide, hey, I will accept this amount of money and work for someone else for realsies and be happy with that. Because it's not that I don't appreciate jobby jobs or, I think freelance work is for everybody. And if you're not trying to go free agent, you're not a good human. That's definitely not at all like my mindset, because the truth of the matter is the stress and anxiety of working for yourself is hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not for everybody. And guess what? That's okay.
I mean, I work part-time for myself, I guess. But even then, it's with a team.
Right.
And I don't know if I could ever truly do the Kathy Campbell / like CGP Grey lifestyle, pretend he doesn't have videos, or rather doesn't have podcasts, or that you don't have podcasts, and just do solitary work.
Yeah.
Because I would never stop.
To be honest, I don't know if I could ever do a full-on solitary stuff. Most of the things that I do are collaborative. With the exception of this book, which took getting into a mastermind to actually like do. So I still needed someone else to like not push me necessarily, but like that accountability or whatnot. But because what I do is so much helping other people, I still get that connection and interaction with other people. And then like I started another business with some friends in town doing like merchandise for my town.
Go on.
Because why not commodify my relationships with people? But basically my community is continuously growing. We have a very strong like community of people, and like people love the town and they love to support the town, and they'll like, it's pretty intense to see how hardcore people go towards the town. And so we're doing like t-shirts and stickers and tote bags and pillows that all have like taglines related to the town that I'm in. So it's kind of fun. And I don't have to do any of the actual work. I just get to do the design and like the technical and website side. And then someone else makes and ships orders. So That's cool.
Well, gonna call you out on that by when you say, "Oh, I don't do any of the actual work." And then you listed off about 4 things that are actual work. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, it took less. Like we were chatting on Facebook Messenger, and then 2 days later, we had our business license and a bank account and our EIN and like all of that. Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I'm a unicorn, because I'm just like, hey, I'm going to do this. And like, so The Incomparable has a feed called The Game Show on The Incomparable. And the 100th podcast episode is coming up. And someone was like, man, we should do something special. So I'm basically putting together The Incomparable Game Show, like, decathlon type of a thing with a variety of different games together. No. And so last night I did the Inconceivable round, which is fun. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be awesome, I hope.
I know why I do terrible things to myself. Why are you doing all of these? I mean, they're all wonderful things in and of themselves. But is it when it's not something that brings in direct income, is it just a funsies situation? Or what compels you to do more work that
I'm broken?
Well, I know that. If unicorns didn't have a little bit of brokenness, they wouldn't be unicorns.
It's very true. It's very true. I don't know what's wrong with me. I do these things and yet I still am able to like take myself out and not do things. For example, a couple weeks ago, the local theater put on auditions for Steel Magnolias, and I was like, oh, I love, it's great. It would be fun to get back in because I haven't done anything since before I was pregnant. And then I decided that would be silly and probably not very sane, considering we're going into holiday where my daughter has a dance competition. We have her dance recital. And I volunteer and take pictures at the Santa house, which is a house owned by Santa.
I was like, which is...
I don't know why I felt the need to describe that. But figured I should. Yeah, that happened. But yeah, it kind of would be a not very smart thing for me to add in play rehearsals in there too. So I made the decision not to, and that was a very good choice for me.
I'm glad. And is that a sad one? Is there a movie where
it's sad
things happen?
Yeah, there's death and yeah.
It's
Southern.
Like
I'd have to work on my Southern accent.
It's what I feel like it's one of those movies where you look at the cover and you see a lot of people happy and you're like, there's gonna be less people at the end of this. Not everyone on this cover is making it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Checks out.
Yep. And it's funny because it was actually, the movie was one of Julia Roberts' first movies, I believe. Because she wasn't, I remember I was watching it not very long ago and she was like 5th billing in the intro credits. Like, it was she's 4th. After Shirley MacLaine, Olympia Dukakis, Sally Field. Like, in the IMDb page, she's not even listed as a star.
Oh my. Yeah, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Huh.
And she's
Now,
sixth
ugh.
on the top of the poster. So, yeah, that says a lot about when this came out.
I think I'm in love with Julia Roberts, and I'm just figuring this out.
Oh.
Like I'm looking at her IMDb page, and wow, I love all of these movies. I love Julia Roberts so much. Stepmom, great
Oh,
movie.
man, that is a great movie. Oh, I had forgotten about
Real
that.
dark. I probably shouldn't have seen it that young. Runaway Bride, another great one.
Yes.
That was the first.
The Pelican Brief.
The what now?
The Pelican Brief.
I haven't seen that.
Oh,
nor
it's
Pretty
the
Woman. Wow, I have some stuff to catch up on.
Wait, you have
Oh.
wait. Did I just hear you say you haven't seen Pretty Woman?
I have not seen Pretty Woman because, well, isn't there like sex shaming, like shaming because she's a sex worker?
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely, without a doubt.
Okay.
Like, I'm not saying it's a movie that you have to witness and experience.
I think I agree, especially because it's essentially the prequel to Runaway Bride, right?
Yes,
That's how that
absolutely.
works. I was a hooker. Now I write books. Wait, isn't that like actually part of the plot? Is she's a sex worker and then she becomes not a sex worker? And
Well, in Pretty Woman, yes.
yes,
But
Oh,
no,
boy.
in Runaway Bride, it's just kind of like an implied joke that it's a sequel because of
Mr. Gear
Yeah.
and Ms. Roberts.
yes.
I love Runaway Bride. Oh, it's so good.
It
I
is
love
really-
my. You know what's another good one? My best friend's wedding.
Yes, another terribly
Wow. Oh, so good.
not woke film, shall we say?
I don't even wait. What's problematic? But I don't remember. I know there's a gay friend, so I'm sure that's there.
That's a big part of it, and
Okay.
like the jokes and it's
Oh,
so problem. The 90s were so problematic, and yet so many good movies.
so good. That's how deep I'm burying my head in the sand, I guess, is going back to films that I not only barely remember from my childhood, but that I've never seen, like Pretty Woman, and I'm like, oh, nostalgia.
Yes.
I like, the 90s when people were optimistic about queer lives. Oh, gosh.
Oh man, good times. So good.
Wait, let's talk about your book more. We're going to actually talk about your book more.
Okay.
Because one, I need to actually finish reading it. And two, I want to have a whole episode all about the creation of your book, because you wrote a book. It's not just that you have a book, you wrote a book.
Yeah, like yes. Okay, I'm trying my best to not like how do I say this? I'm trying my best, and I'm going to get real with you since nobody's listening. We're good. It's a secret just between you and I. On I almost said on tape, but we're not actually recording this on tape, but that's fine. I keep kind of like not second guessing, but I keep like, oh, it's not really a book. Oh, it's just this. Oh, it's just that. But the information in it is hopefully helpful, and like it's things that I've helped clients with, and wish that some clients I had known how to do when I first started working with them, or like how to in particular the chapter on how to fire a contractor like really was helpful. I wish I had people know so I didn't have to like find out because I didn't have access to the email again. Like, so there's things in place that would have been, I guess, helpful. But yeah, I wrote a book and
the thing
published
is,
it.
I understand the inclination to want to say, nah, it's not really a book. But when you literally say chapters, then it's a book.
Well,
at the very least, it's a novella, but a real Ella? I don't know what it's.
I mean, I think I could count the number of like full, complete paragraphs on two hands. Like, because it's big, so each of the pages are situated kind of like Instagram posts in that it's like quick reads but full of information. So there's a lot of like bullet points and things, because if you need help in your business, you're not going to sit down and read a 40,000 page book because that you're too busy. So that was kind of like, because I had started writing that book with full sentences and paragraphs and things, and realized that A, I didn't want to write that book, and B, nobody's going to want to read that. Okay, that's a lie. People would read it, but nobody will be taking actionable steps from that. And so by having a like short, actionable, and I say that word, but really like you can do these things. Like you can use this book to help you get ready to hire somebody, and then hire somebody and work with them, and, you know, how to have someone help you in your business. So, yeah.
I keep thinking about poetry and how I've read like 10 books of poetry this year, and I didn't count them as my goal towards reading 50 books this year. But look at me humble bragging. Oh, that's a lot of books. But though, which it makes no sense because just as much work went, well, the good ones, a lot of them sucked. The good ones, obviously, just as much care and effort was put into them as I assume the Checklist Manifesto, which is just a friggin' business book about how good checklists are. No shit, really? Really? Yeah, they're
shocking.
Good.
Breaking news here on the Robot and the Unicorn. Checklists are good.
They're real great. Oh, now you're going to spend 150 pages talking about all these disasters that happened because a pilot didn't check something off. Oh, someone died in surgery because someone didn't check something off. Yes, I know. We know that people who don't have checklists are bad. You don't need to write a... Anyway, I think about a book like that, and then I think about a book like yours that has there are multiple calls to action that are effective. It's not overly wordy. Hey, I've only read the first few pages. It could suck. This is not a full endorsement of Kathy Campbell's book. You know, it could go off the rails, and you could be incredibly untalented and just a disgrace. I don't know that, but based on the first part of the book, I would say that there's a ton of care put into it in the way that it's almost as if, not as if you could say more, or not as if you're holding back, but that you are choosing very, very carefully. Yeah. And I don't know if you had an editor, but if you did, both of you did a great job in, okay, how do we turn this into a sparkling little diamond of information and not a gigantic rock of checklists are good. They're real good for businesses. They're so good. I'm a surgeon. Listen to me. Whereas this is a very empowering, here is what I've learned. Here are these beautiful little diamonds that, it's as much as even if you shit out a bunch of rainbow unicorn poop, that would be a wonderful book. But you have made something that I think is very valuable, or at least the first part of it. Again, the rest could just be awful. Maybe you just talk about checklists and how people die because checklists aren't checked off. But from what I can tell, it's very good.
Thank you.
The
second book will be the checklists make people die story.
Gosh.
So stay tuned for that one.
I just get sad if you don't think that it's a quote real book because, I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda, God bless his heart, just published a book with Johnny Sun, which is a lovely, delightful, sweet book, but it's literally tweets. It's a book of tweets and little doodles.
It's cute with cute doodles.
It is. It's wonderful.
And that's actually what kind of was a turning point because I bought that book so Avi and I can enjoy it together. And it's delightful. It's delightful.
It is.
And yes, it's a book. And if all those tweets put together, like it would probably print out to be about the size of these pages onto like a single like printout, which yes, I wrote a book.
Yay! Yay! If only one good thing happens today, that was it.
But there's gonna be more good books. Like we're
There's
positive.
Gonna be more good books.
Yay.
Oh man, I would love to. Oh, I don't even want to say that. I'm gonna do it. I would love to see fiction from you so much.
Wow.
Especially the way, because I haven't listened to, because I know I'm bad. I'm not caught up on Orphan Black. I'll get caught up and then get caught up on your podcast. But the way that you talk about narrative and stuff makes me think that you have I know you have a very good eye for good narrative structure, but I also believe that you have good fingers for narrative structure. You can type real. I bet you could type real good. Is what I'm trying to say. Type out those good stories. Good stories. Have you ever written fiction?
I have not, and so we're gonna go a little bit back into my history to the reasons why I thought I was not a good writer. I was traumatized when a teacher told me that I was a terrible writer.
Oh, fuck that noise.
Yeah. So I probably within the last year have just been able to pass that blocker in my life to where maybe I'm not as terrible as like this imprinted jerk face made me feel. So I think that's probably also why I didn't think that this was a book, because reasons. But
wait, how old were you when this happened?
A teenager.
Oh my God. It wasn't even.
No, I'm pretty sure it was my freshman year of college. But it might have been in high school. My memory sucks so much that I'm unsure which of those teachers it was.
Well, fuck them both, because if you don't know which one it was, then they were probably both terrible.
Well, no, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, because I have such a terrible memory that I couldn't tell you what. There are many things that I could not tell you that were with good teachers. Yeah. But yes, I think that they were a shithead, and I am not a terrible writer or a terrible human being. So we're working on that, because I got a book, bitches.
Yes. And all you bitches should buy it. Oh, we were supposed supposed to talk about pants, but I have so much to talk about pants that should we tease pants for next week?
Let's tease pants. So I just find that really funny.
I'm gonna keep your pants on, everybody, because the pants are coming.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, the polls close in 15 minutes. Oh boy.
Oh goodness. Oh my goodness.
They're close on the East Coast. East Coast. Cleese Club. And I'm using a Rode podcaster mic like it's 2009. Everything is
everything's fine. I voted last week. We're all good.
Oh man, I tried to do an absentee ballot and it came back.
Oh,
it came back in the mail. So I got up at 5 a.m. this morning to drive to the 6th congressional district in Illinois, where I'm from, and this is actually a story that's not, well, it's a little sad, but it's a little sad, but also a little funny. I looked at my polling place, went to said polling place, and waited for 2.5 hours, and then the guy's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you have the wrong place." And I'm like, "Isn't this da-da-da Methodist Church?" And he's like, "No, that's the Methodist Church across the street." Oh. So when people are like, "Really? Are there that many churches in Wheaton?" Yes, guys. Yes. Yes. And I do say guys and not folks because no woman has ever been like, "Oh, are you sure?
Are you sure?"
I guess that was my sexist Valley Girl voice. I don't know what that was. I would love to hear. That's why I love Clueless, because I like.
Oh my God, it's so funny when people are like, "Are there that many churches?" And you're like, "Yes, totally."
So many so that I can say Methodist Church and across the street, and no one would be able to figure out which one I'm talking about.
That's so funny. What also is really amusing to me is like you have to go somewhere to vote. Like my entire life has been like mail-in ballots. And I remember going to the poll place with my mother, but it became all mail-in ballot in 98, which was when that was my first voting time frame, I think.
That's what. Oh,
yes.
I'm trying to math. Can't math.
I was
can't math. See, I'm lucky.
Yes.
I just have, the first time I voted was Barack Obama, the first and maybe last black president. Let's see how this day goes. No, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I continue to think that the New York Times site is down that I've been refreshing this entire episode. That
That's
fucking
fine.
needle. It's just broken. It's just an HTML list of the states, but with a static picture of the needle.
There you go.
Oh my god,
that's fine. Yeah, go play Sims or Alto's Odyssey. Which, by the way, I'm very I recently got back into playing that game, and I'm very sad that there are not llamas in the sand one.
Oh, you're. So, well, oh my god, I literally almost, actually, I literally almost just said, well, actually, they're alpacas.
Are you sure? Because I swear that they're llamas.
No, hold up.
Like,
okay,
get this many llamas or whatever.
Wait, really?
In one of the, what's it called?
The missions or I know what you mean by the star things.
Yeah, they're llamas. At least that's what the Wikipedia page says.
Suck it, my God. Oh, do you just say...
Yes, I did.
I like it when people say suck it at my name. It's like two cocks sucking each other.
Exactly. Because I am 12.
Oh, all right. It's playtime. I'm gonna go.
Yes.
Actually, I'm gonna go play this game. Oh my God! Tomorrow. Oh, I ordered an iPad. I know.
Tomorrow, I am going to the store, and hopefully, when this episode comes out, I will have one in my possession.
Oh my gosh!
Order it.
I did, however, order it, cancel it, I think 4 times.
Oh, wow.
So we'll see if I'll still have it by...
Yeah. Maybe. Mine was it would be the end of the month, and I sold my other one, so I would like to get mine now.
I think you will.
Yeah. Oh, I don't doubt it will. It's not going to be sold out. We're fine. The one problem is whether or not the pencils and keyboards will be. That's the part I'm questioning.
Good point.
So we'll see. We shall see. Wish me luck.
While we're talking about cocks sucking each other, are you going for I was trying to make a penis length joke and I can't. The big iPad or the little iPad?
I prefer small and they know what to do with it.
There we go.
Is that good? Does that work for you?
Oh boy. Oh, I'm gonna plug my other show, Supercomputer, with Matthew Casanelli, because this is the first time we've really talked about hardware, and it's the first time I've gotten angry about hardware in a long time. I get angry at hardware all the time because USB-C is still a dumpster fire, even though I'm optimistic about how it's gonna play out, and when USB-C works, it's amazing. Love my little laptop. It's great. However, let's just say when Apple shows a pro product on stage and says DJs can use this, filmmakers can use this, and they take away the headphone jack. Yeah. When there aren't good alternatives, I'm ready for dongles. I'm ready to chain dongles, and even if I had to hack around it to work with audio and video on an iPad, I shouldn't have to because it's fucking on the gigantic screen behind Tim Cook with I'm editing this way. I don't care how good the speakers are. It's not podcast edit quality. Anyway, I'm fine.
Yeah, I can totally. See, I would edit it on there because I am the lazy editor, as experienced by the last episode of The Robot and the Unicorn, where I then got yelled at by a friend of the show and our lives, Brian Hamilton, because I don't listen to myself when I record. So since I'm not a real podcaster, it's all good.
Okay, so I now do 2 shows with people who don't listen to themselves in their ears? What? And then I have one co-host who's some might say a little bit obsessive and just, has some issues with really, really wanting to hear people really loudly in their ears. His name is Max Temkin. I don't know why I'm being coy. If people don't listen to my show due by Friday, Max really cares about his headphone volume. Yes. Which is funny because I've got baby ears and I'm like, no, ow, too loud, ow. So now I've made a custom headphone amp hack for myself. That's neither here nor there, but I want to preserve my ears, even though most of the headphone stuff has been debunked, and it turns out it's probably band that it destroyed my ears, not the loud concerts, not decades really of limiting the the volume of music in my ears. And nope, and it all was taken out by trumpets. Man, where did that come from? What in
I'm
the
sensing
world?
some latent anger towards your high school band.
Not really. It's more of just I'm angry at everything, or rather, I'm angry at one particular thing, and that thing happens to be America, so I'm just projecting out onto everything, except Kathy's book. Everyone should read Kathy Campbell's book. Or at least the first third. I will
You can
hardly
buy it. I don't care if you read it. That's such a lie. Oh my gosh. Like,
oh no.
like I said, that's why I made this book this way, so that people would buy it and use it. And the same with, like, I'm doing like a course class type thing, planning on it in relation to the book, where we can expand on each of the chapters. And I'm like, I want people to use the stuff. Don't just pay money and then have it hide on your hard drive, because that's totally what I do. Yeah.
I was thinking in the car, my 4 hours in the car this morning that, no, it's a privilege to vote. I should not complain. But fuck gerrymandering. Anyway, I was listening to Cortex, which is a very good podcast that I like a little too much. It's probably not healthy.
It's fine.
And listening to the listening to the episode about the book Triggers and the episode about the 7 habits of highly effective people, and was wondering, where are the women teaching these courses? Where are the women writing these books? And unfortunately, they're the Eat, Pray, Loves of the world. And I am not dragging Eat, Pray, Love. I have not read it, but I've read Big Magic, which is just a very sweet and delightful book by the same author. But there are but can you tell me another book, a business book written by a woman? That's not Kathy Campbell. This is not me trying to shame you for not know. I don't know. Best book.
Well, there's the new one that's making the big, girl wash your face one that's making the rounds.
Wait, go wash your face?
Girl, wash your face.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it's all very like, let's own our womenness.
Oh yeah, Kara got me. Yeah, no. I don't want to drag this book.
No, I can think of one. Laura Vanderkam. I actually went to Creative Live with her. She does a lot of like time sensitive, like being aware of how you use your time, what the most successful people do before breakfast.
Oh. Sorry, I'm looking at this her Laura Vanderkam.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I'm looking at this website, and it's totally that like douchey looking stock photo of someone wearing a headset with a projection of a clock behind them.
Yep.
But it's a woman.
Yes.
And I hate that's what's making me like
excited.
Fuck yeah, I'm in. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very, very much like, oh, hey, I am in the professional work. And don't get me wrong, I adore her. So there's a website called Creative Live that does free streaming. It started out as for photographers, which is how I learned it. But they have like in studio audience people. And I was in her audience in the San Francisco years ago. And like, it really helped me figure out like how to plan out my day. And this was back before I was working 100% for myself. So like, she's awesome, but yes, it's very corporate. And
I
she
love
has
it, though. That's exactly what I want.
Yes.
Not for me and for books in general, but for this genre.
And like she has some
day...
books that are specific for women. Like, you know, I Know How She Does It, and it's about the successful women. But for the most part, it's like, this is what you should do, period. Like, you have all of these hours in the week. Like, here's how to do it, and not just here's how to balance work and children.
I'm fine. Oh God. So what books by Laura Vinton? Also, I make fun of this stupid photo, but because I would do the exact same thing if I was in the productivity racket and wanted people to take me seriously. This is exactly what I would do. She is living her best life. This bitch seems to know what's happening, and I want to know which book of hers I should read. I don't care how douchey it is. What's the best?
Probably what the most successful people do before breakfast. It's very similar to like what's it called? The morning mindset ones. The A Miracle Morning one, which is all like. Make sure you do these 5 things before you start your day and you'll be blah, 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 blah. But this, like, it gives you different ways to go about stuff and, like, to think about your morning, whatever time that morning is. So, like, whatever time you eat your breakfast. So it's not just like, okay, you need to get up at 4 a.m. in order to be productive. It's like whatever before breakfast, like that's whatever time that is. Here's what you can do.
Kathy, I have one that's I really love the whole get up whenever the fuck you want and but I didn't know what the morning or Miracle Morning was. And I'm at the website, and there's what's called a concept trailer. And I was wondering if we could watch a little bit of this together.
I would love to. Hold on. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to count to 3.
All right. All right, count us down.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh my God! Already?
It has been approved for early risers. Over the earth.
Oh no! Oh God! I hate it so much. Oh my God! I don't want the headphone bleed to happen. Oh my God! It's so bad! It's so bad!
Oh.
What would you change?
What would you change? All the stock photos.
Changing millions of lives one morning at a time. Oh, they just threw in some fat shaming and some divorce shaming. Oh my God.
Did they special print those mortgage default pages?
I think they did. They for sure did.
Whoa, and they got the stamp.
Oh my God.
Oh.
He was this close to selling his iPod.
Oh my gosh.
Is he quoting a quote that isn't from his book?
Yes. Yes, he. Okay, I gotta rush home. I'm not gonna shower after my run, and I'm getting onto the Google.
Oh my God. Oh no!
Oh my God.
Beyond the book. Oh
look,
wait!
I'm in an airport. Okay, they need some major cord management.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it because well, one, I think that's enough.
That's more than enough. Yeah.
Two, I just realized that we're watching an actual trailer for a movie. This isn't just a book trailer.
Oh my
this is a movie.
Holy cow, they made a movie.
This is the trailer for the... Okay, wait, no. So it's still a concept trailer, so I don't think it's an actual...
Okay.
I'm so confused. They don't know what a concept trailer is. Or at least... So that was if we were to make a movie, this is what...
Oh my god. I have no words.
Oh, that was a... Oh, boy. Wow. Best year ever blueprint. God, I want a sponsor for this show just so I can go to one of these fucking seminars and just... Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, it's so bad. Wait, what's the price? What's the price? I want to know the price. This is the year your life changes forever. And I'm clicking, I'm ready. Packages, 2 tickets.
I'll give you a package.
Oh my. So guess how much this costs.
Oh, wow.
Full entrepreneur. There's a standard.
But look, you get a discount if you buy 2 tickets.
Yes, 2 for 1. What's a 3 pay?
I was just gonna ask that same thing. You know, this is
a
great radio
3
content.
pay.
Oh, okay, that must be how they.
Oh God, ew! It's
God.
him and then your 2 buddies. Oh God, $1,500.
Wow.
$1,500. I want people to get paid. Specifically, I want people to pay you for your book, but oh, wow. Choose your own BYEB package.
Bring
your entrepreneurial
buddy.
Oh, that is not that. I could see that being a real thing.
Yeah.
No,
it's best year ever blueprint. That is way less impressive than bring your own entrepreneur. Also, so can we just talk about the fact that these little silhouettes are dudes? All of them are dudes that then have blue ties because you are only an entrepreneur if you are wearing a blue tie.
Yes, only that.
What the hell?
Best year ever blueprint.
Oh, but it's run by the Front Row Foundation, so it's a foundation, so I'm sure it's tax deductible.
Oh, of course. That's definitely a foundation with a lowercase f.
Yeah.
Anything can be a foundation. Oh,
no, except they got past that because they put in the logo, foundation is in all caps, so you can't tell.
So they're like, we don't adhere to title case. We are best title case ever. Oh,
that's amazing.
All right. Well, everyone should keep their pants on.
Yeah.
What? Sorry.
I know. I was going to say this was the perfect way to end the episode.
With a microphone delay and white silhouettes with ties.
Yes. So hold on to your pants for next episode.
Everything's going to be fine.
It's all fine. It's all fine. Definitely fine. Yep, it's fine.
Buy Kathy Campbell's book.
Bye, Alex Cox.
Wait, no, I said buy Kathy Campbell's book.
Did. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's where the episode has to end.
Oh my god, that was really scary. I'm sorry. Don't only buy it if you want to.
No, everyone can buy it. Normally I hate the it's just a cup of coffee argument because you know what? People need their fucking coffee. Like, but I just buy the book instead of building your best life footprint. Okay. Well, if you're having a stressful week because of
whatever the future brings.
Yeah, I hope things turned out well for you. That's not true. I hope if you're a Republican, I don't. Gosh, Nazi
It's
punks,
fine.
fuck off.
It's fine. It's all fine.
Indeed. I'm going to go enjoy some time with my cats, and you go enjoy some time with all of your mammals. Let's all enjoy our mammals while we can before the earth is flooded.
And reptilians, and, we are not animal...
I see what you're saying.
Like, you can love on your iguana and your bearded dragon and your birds.
Trees.
And
I'm gonna
trees, just not spiders, because I actually left in the middle of a date with someone who told me that he owned tarantulas at home. So if you have spiders, I don't want to know about you snuggling them. But all other animals, totally fine.
Well, actually, tarantulas aren't spiders, so...
I don't care!
Oh, what a well-structured podcast episode.
We're so great!